Russia rejects talks after suggesting NATO nations are legitimate targets.
Here's a summary of the article.
NATO-Russia communication is out of the question currently, while Russia's war is underway against Ukraine, state media reported, after a top Russian official suggested that NATO countries could be legitimate military targets. According to Russian news agency TASS, dialogues between NATO and Russia are not going to happen due to current developments. The source told TASS, Russia should not be expected to make a conceptual return to previous security guarantees that it sent to the United States and NATO a year ago. This update comes after former Russian president and deputy chairman of Russia's Security Council, Dmitry Medvedev, suggested that all NATO nations could be subject to military targeting. In a statement posted to his Telegram channel, Medvedev questioned the delivery of weapons to Ukraine from NATO nations. Today, the main question is whether the hybrid war de facto declared on our country by NATO can be considered to be the alliance's entry into war with Russia. Is it possible to view the delivery of a large volume of weapons to Ukraine as an attack on Russia? He questioned. On Friday, NATO spokesperson Vana Lingescu reiterated the need for NATO to support Ukraine, saying, Putin is planning for a long war, so NATO allies must continue to support Ukraine.
This post received a score of 10,000, with an upvote ratio of 93%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
You know what else are legitimate targets? These hands.
Look at these hands. Do they look small? Trust me, there's no problem.
Uncle Jack, is that you?
It was Medvedev who said NATO are legitimate targets? For anyone wondering, he's been saying insane shit like this from the beginning.
As in former President Dmitry Medvedev,
aka Budget Putin. As usual, he talks big to appear strong to the Russians, but even he knows Russia isn't stupid enough to legitimately target NATO.
Russian leadership has not proved brilliant thus far. Seriously? Why is Putin allowed to threaten the world with extinction?
Greater than Russian leadership has not proved brilliant thus far. True. Announcements like this have the opposite effect than intended. Far from intimidating NATO, it will just further reinforce Western nations to support Ukraine and push for Russian regime change because, if Ukraine loses, NATO will eventually fight Russia directly.
The blustering is not for NATO. It's for the Russian people so they can go. See? We told M. Look how strong we are. NATO knows it's just grandstanding bullshit.
Is it actually working though?
Yes, it does. Russians, especially older ones, are completely brainwashed.
Can confirm. Have a friend living outside Moscow who said that all her friends got out of the country already. Anyone following what is happening through the internet has never been deceived. But everyone watching television to get their news only gets the propaganda. And they tend to believe it. She stayed to be with her family, but now I fear for her future.
Jesus, Russia. You can't even handle Ukraine and you suggest you want to attack other countries as well. Laughing face.
Putin, the guy who pooped his pants when he fell down the stairs?
He didn't poop his pants. It was a special underwear staining operation.
Operation Skid Mark. It went off with a bang and a squirt.
remember when like a month ago a piece of rocket debris fell on a farm in Poland and everyone in Russia's higher-ups collectively shat their pants? Because I do.
Seriously, why in the ever-loving fuck is Newsweek allowed on here as a legitimate news source? They're about as credible as The Sun.
What happened to Newsweek, anyway? I grew up with parents who keep subscriptions of Newsweek and Time coming every week. They seemed legit then. Now, their website is so shallow and overrun with ads, it's not even worth a measly click. Newsweek got sold to a murky, I think, religion-connected owner. It's sad, it was a great American weekly its entire existence edit. Oh, I guess it was sold again after that. Just a sad mess. The first murky owner, mentioned above, was IBT Media. It was a great magazine from its founding in 1933 to about 2013 when those creeps bought it. Editors quit in protest.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.